Queen for Queen is one of the three biggest surprises to me on the record. I think this one, Hourglass, and Voices are the songs that I love the music of, but really wasn't sure what to do vocally over it. And then once I heard them finish, I was just really happy with everything I did on all those songs. I went in completely blind and just tried what instinctually felt right. And now I think that this song, Queen for Queen, is actually one of my favorite vocal performances on the album and some of my favorite lyrics on the album as well. I actually think of all of the differences on this album that really make the album what it is, I really think it's the improvement to the vocals that sets it apart. I think I was finally able to stop being so timid as a vocalist and really make like a serious attempt at singing to the best of my ability, or being the vocalist of Motionless in White. And I just took a lot of time to try a lot of things out that I'd never done before. And with the help of our producer, our very beloved friend Drew Folk, he's just really great at helping me get the best out of me and not pressuring me in the studio, which is a big deal for me. I don't ever want to feel like I'm up against some sort of wall, at least not any wall that I'm not pushing myself against. I need to feel free to do what I want to do and try out. Everyone makes fun of me because there's just this saying, exhaust all options. That's pretty much me in the studios. I will go and try every imaginable option vocally, musically, and I'm sure Ricky doesn't really appreciate that all that much, but it's just something I need to do, and Drew really helped get that out of me, and he just completely understands everything I'm going for and aiming for the band, and he really tries to help find it and offers a lot of new ways to try things that I wouldn't have been able to find myself. So thank you, Drew, for helping me come out of my shell and be a real vocalist for the first time ever. I love that the music for this song has a lot of personality traits to it all in one song. I think it has the nu metal feel to it. It has the huge chorus. It's got a breakdown, and then these electronic, almost hip hop like verses. It's just a really unique blend of a lot of the styles that we love, and I think it just continues to help demonstrate the diversity that we structure our sound around to make what Motionless in White is. I love that it's super groovy and really upbeat, and I think it really helps pick up the pace directly after a more slower power song like Rats was. I don't think I have anything too interesting as far as stories for the music creation on this one. Tom and I worked on it for a few days, and it is kind of like one of those slowly but surely tracks, and I don't know, I just really love that it's a great demonstration of the diversity of our sound. As for the lyrics of Queen for Queen, there are two very distinct messages in this song that do bleed into one. One of the two messages is that the song is about false idols. I was really inspired by my favorite song on Throwdown's Haymaker album called False Idols. There's a line at the end where Dave repeatedly screams, "Please don't idolize, because these people are trained to fucking hypnotize." And it's the fucking gnarliest, most powerful part of the whole album, and I literally just want to run through fucking brick walls when I hear it. It's so sick. So please do yourself a favor and listen to that, and you'll understand. And then there's even a reference in Queen for Queen lyrically to our song Carry the Torch, in which I somewhat touched on similar subject matter. That's actually one of my favorite lines of this song. That was my favorite line in Carry the Torch, the just a pawn in King's disguise. None of this is to say that I think that I or we should be idolized either, or that we're perfect in any way. It's not about building us up. It's just about my observations of other people and how they conduct themselves. There's just a few people out there that I've observed and have seen over the years that they're just out there to play the do and say everything people want to hear game to a point where it's so painfully fucking transparent that I just want to roll my eyes out of my goddamn head. They just become a chameleon and put on a different face for every situation. It's just complete insincerity and so disingenuous that the secondhand embarrassment of watching it happen and not seeing a lot of the fans pick up on it just pretty much crushes my soul. Because that's not dramatic or anything. No, like I completely understand that it's a business and sometimes you need to sacrifice some of your humility and humanity. And there's nothing wrong with finding creative ways to make money. But some people just have absolutely no regard for any personal integrity. And with every move they make, every photo and caption to every photo, and every aspect of what makes up their persona, it's just 100% calculated with only the intention of profiting from it or maximizing their insights. And it's fucking sad, man. Like, I will definitely say that for the amount of people that I'm referring to here, I do know of others that have a persona that actually reflect who they are as people. And that's when I think it's really cool. They're not focusing on doing and saying everything right to cater to the most amount of fans. They don't become a social chameleon. They're just being themselves unapologetically, and that's when I totally back it. One of the reasons that I actively try to stay away from social media and putting myself out there altogether is because I don't ever want to be potentially perceived as that type of artist who just plays the fucking bullshit game. I just keep the majority of my presence to on stage and in our music, and whenever I do respond to fans online and even in the Q&As that we've done at our VIPs, we just try to be as honest with fans as possible, even if they won't like what we have to say or that it might make them feel differently about the band. But to move on, the second and slightly lesser message of the song is the cutting of and removal of friendships in my life due to my now unveiled perception of their character, all judged by personal experiences and assessing what I felt their intentions behind our friendship were about. And I really enjoyed laying out the song like a chess game. A lot of people ask me about what the fascination with like royal symbolism throughout a lot of our songs, past and present, were. But in this one in particular, there's a lot of moments of references to chess pieces and chess moves in which I felt was appropriate, in that we're talking about the strategic game that people play with their peers and the fans. And that is exactly where the title Queen for Queen comes from.